So for this project you will need your pre-washed fabric. You always want to make sure that you wash your material before you use it, because otherwise it will shrink after you sew your project, in which case all the stitch lines will pucker up and it doesn't look very good afterwards. So you'll need a thing of pre-washed fabric twice as wide as your window and about 5 inches taller than your window. You'll need corresponding thread color, a set of straight pins, a rotary cutter, a straight edge, and a cutting mat. You can use scissors to cut your material, but if you use a rotary cutter and a cutting mat, it's a whole lot faster. Now in sewing, the side with the print is known as the right side of the fabric, and the side without the print is known as the wrong side of the fabric. So what you want to do is take your piece of fabric with the wrong sides together. You're going to cut the material in half, giving you two identical pieces that are 5 inches taller than your window. And then a lot of materials have a white edge where the print stops. You'll want to cut that right off. So then what you're going to do is measure down 12 inches from the top of the fabric. This is the top of the fabric. Then you're going to measure down 12 inches and mark that place. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your straight edge right where that 12-inch mark was. And then if your window is wider than 30 inches, for every 10 inches wider, you're going to cut 7.5 inches up this way. So my window is 50 inches wide, so that's 20 inches wider than 30, so I'm going to be cutting 15 inches. Just going to take your cutter and cut right up. And this is where the straight edge comes in handy, because it's got the inch numbers right on it, so you can just cut right along to the inch that you need. And you'll just fold open where you cut it. So here's the edge that we just cut and folded over. And so now what you want to do is just cut a line from this point on the corner all the way over to this point on what will be the bottom corner of the curtains. And you'll just cut right along this imaginary line. You can also draw this line if you're having trouble cutting a straight line. So you'll just cut a nice straight diagonal line from one corner right to the other corner. And so then we have our curtain shape, and what you want to do now is hem all the edges on the curtains. Since we've been cutting with the wrong sides together, we actually have two shapes of this curtain, one for each side of the window, and you only have to cut them once.